He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something unmistakable about him, a rare combination of charisma, intensity, and screen magnetism that made audiences pause and pay attention. Kıvanç Tatlıtuğ didn't simply enter Turkish entertainment. He redefined the image of a leading man, transforming an unexpected beginning into one of the most iconic acting careers of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Kıvanç Tatlıtuğ was born on October 27, 1983, in Adana, Turkey. Long before scripts and cameras, his life was shaped by sports and discipline. A talented basketball player in his youth, his path took a dramatic turn due to injury, pushing him toward an entirely different world. That turning point led him to modeling, where his striking presence quickly set him apart. Winning Best Model of Turkey and later Best Model of the World opened doors few could imagine. His transition into acting began in the early 2000s, but it was his role as Mehmet in Gummis that ignited his rise. The series became an international sensation, particularly across the Middle East, turning Kıvanç into a household name and introducing Turkish dramas to a wider global audience. Rather than relying on his early popularity, Kıvanç deliberately reshaped his career. He challenged himself with complex and emotionally demanding roles in Ask I'm Memnu, Kuzi Yune, and Caesar v. Güzel. His portrayal of Belul Hasnadar in Ask I'm Memnu became one of the most iconic characters in Turkish television history, showcasing emotional conflict, vulnerability, and dramatic depth. In later years, he continued to evolve, delivering powerful performances in projects like Karpizma, Babel, and Yakamaz S. 245. Each role reflected a clear commitment to growth, proving he could move seamlessly between romance, psychological drama, and intense action-driven narratives. Kıvanç's approach to acting is marked by precision and restraint. He carefully selects roles that test his emotional range and avoid repetition. This balance between mainstream success and artistic credibility has allowed him to remain relevant in an industry defined by constant change. Off-screen, his public image blends sophistication with privacy. He is a prominent figure at international fashion events and global brand campaigns, representing luxury brands while maintaining a controlled and dignified presence in media. His lifestyle reflects discipline and balance. He values family life, physical fitness, and personal space, avoiding unnecessary exposure despite his immense popularity. His marriage and private life are kept largely away from the spotlight, reinforcing his focus on longevity rather than headlines. Kıvanç Tatlıtuğ's influence extends far beyond Turkish television. With a massive international fan base and projects reaching global streaming platforms, he remains one of Turkey's most recognizable and respected actors. His estimated net worth reflects years of consistent work in television, cinema, and high-profile brand endorsements. What truly sets him apart is transformation. From athlete to model, from romantic lead to dramatic powerhouse, Kıvanç has never settled into a single identity. He continues to evolve, take risks, and refine his craft, prioritizing substance over comfort. As of 2026, Kıvanç Tatlıtuğ stands not just as a star, but as a benchmark for excellence and longevity in modern Turkish entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something striking about him. A rare mix of intensity, vulnerability, and screen magnetism that made audiences pause and pay attention. Tolga Sarıtaş didn't simply enter Turkish entertainment. He carved his own lane, transforming early passion and discipline into one of the most respected acting careers of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Tolga Sarıtaş was born on May 30th, 1991, in Istanbul, Turkey. Long before major sets and leading roles, he showed a strong interest in the arts, particularly music and performance. He studied guitar and was deeply drawn to emotional expression from a young age, developing sensitivity and discipline that would later shape his acting style. His acting journey began with supporting roles in television and film, where he steadily refined his craft rather than seeking instant stardom. Early appearances allowed him to build emotional control, realism, and on-screen confidence. His true breakthrough came with his portrayal of Sait Saad Sahanger in the historical epic Matizim Yüzyıl, where his performance stood out for its emotional fragility and depth, earning both audience admiration and critical praise. Rather than becoming confined to historical roles, Tolga pushed himself further. He gained massive popularity with his lead performance as Yavuz in Günsin Kızları, followed by intense and emotionally demanding roles in Saz, Baba, and other dramatic projects. In Saz, his portrayal of a soldier struggling with duty, loss, and leadership solidified his reputation as a powerful dramatic lead capable of carrying complex narratives. Tolga's approach to roles reflects precision and intention. He consistently chooses characters that challenge him emotionally and psychologically, avoiding repetition even when certain formulas guarantee success. This balance between popularity and depth has allowed him to remain relevant in a highly competitive industry. Off-screen, Tolga's public image blends sincerity with restraint. He avoids unnecessary controversy, maintains a respectful distance from constant exposure, and focuses on craft rather than spectacle. His presence feels grounded, reinforcing the authenticity audiences see on screen. His lifestyle mirrors his professional discipline. He values structure, mental focus, and creative balance, often emphasizing personal growth over public validation. Music continues to play an important role in his life, serving as both an emotional outlet and a grounding force. Tolga's influence now extends beyond Turkish television. With strong international viewership through global streaming platforms and a dedicated fan base, he has become one of Turkey's most recognizable and reliable male leads. His estimated net worth reflects steady earnings from acting, endorsements, and long-term collaborations, built through consistency rather than sudden hype. What truly sets him apart is emotional honesty. Tolga brings vulnerability to strength, silence to power, and depth to every role he inhabits. He allows audiences to feel his characters rather than simply watch them. As of 2026, Tolga Sarıtaş stands not only as a leading actor, but as a symbol of intentional growth and emotional realism in modern Turkish entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.